Okay, so this is in response to a video I saw about girls and stuff that were basically ready to commit suicide. I've been there, I've done that. It's not worth it, and props for you for being strong, not letting them get to you. But I know how you feel, and I've been there. It's tough. There were times where I wanted to just quit and drop out of high school because it would have been easier to deal with being a dropout than to be bullied. I started being bullied at 4th grade, 5th, 6th, 7th, and so on. And when I graduated, I thought it was over. And then the bullying started in college to the point where I got into fights and nearly got expelled from the college. Don't let them get to you. Ignore them. Or go to a friend, a neighbor, anyone. Seek shelter from them. And then you can report them for harassment to the police department. Bullying is now a serious offense. It's a crime. They don't allow that stuff to go down without repercussions. They tell them that they're going to be in juvie or jail, and that's good that they're cracking down on bullies, but it hasn't solved it completely. There's still kids out there that are mean, and they don't realize the consequences of what they're doing to these kids. Now, in response to bullies, it doesn't matter what mess you're going through, but don't take your feelings out on others. It doesn't solve anything. There may have been not been a law back when I was a kid, but it's illegal in at least a few states because it's hand in hand with suicide prevention. How would you feel if a kid you're bullying killed themselves? Really, for real, killed themselves? You would have their blood on your hands. Granted, they did it themselves, but you still basically encouraged it. Told them to go off themselves because you hate them. When really, in reality, you hate yourself. You hate what you're going through personally. So you go and you make someone feel small and little and like complete shit. Like they're a shit stain on society because you can't stand to look in the mirror and say, my life is fucked up. This is for all you haters out there that are picking on little children. High schoolers that are picking on 4th and 5th graders. They're just little kids. What the hell's wrong with you? Grow up. Deal with your bullshit. Go to a counselor like everyone else should. And get help. Don't tell someone that they're fat, too skinny, a slut, a whore, a slag, or, my least favorite, the C word. Just because you didn't get enough presents at Christmas. You didn't get that new Xbox you asked for. Boo freaking who. Deal with your life's problems. Don't make someone's life a living hell because you're miserable. Because you never know what kind of person you are basically bringing down. They might be already mentally unstable, dealing with their own problems mentally, growing up, developing as an adolescent, and they will have severe problems later on. PTSD, shell shock syndrome, eating disorders, drug addictions, because they want to drown out the memories you inflicted on them all those years ago and throughout their life. It isn't right. How would you feel if someone did that to you? You wouldn't be able to handle it. You'd want to go into your bedroom and hide and never go back to school again. Why should you deprive someone of their education, their future, because you're just a miserable, spoiled little brat? I hate bullies. Just putting that out there right now, because I'm angry. These kids should not have to do this. They shouldn't feel prompted to want to kill themselves because you hate them for whatever shallow reason you made up in your mind. Like I said, grow up, get over it. It's not the end of the world. What you're going through, it'll pass. But don't put people in lasting trauma, lifelong lasting trauma, because you hate your life. Someone else should not have to pay for someone else's mistakes that affect your life. Go to school, leave your shit at the door, and study hard, crack books, read, and become a successful human being with a career. But don't deprive someone else of the same grace. Find a hobby. Don't go picking on people, stalking kids all the way to their house like I was stalked. Bullies would follow me home. I used to have to go to a neighbor's house to hide from them until my parents got home. Don't put someone else through that shit. I got in school fights with bullies. I challenged them because I got sick of seeing them pick on others like they picked on me. Did that solve anything? No, violence never solves it. It only instigates it. Just like you're instigating issues with these kids. Like I said, bullies, all of you, bullies out there, cry yourself a river and build yourself a freaking bridge. Your life isn't over with because you're going through problems as a teenager. Act your age, or at least more than what you are. Remember, you're an individual just like them in a big sea of other fishes. You are just part of a machine that is high school. You're a cog in a wheel in the machine. Educators have one goal: to get as many people to graduation as possible. You're basically not just affecting these kids, you're affecting schools, giving them bad marks for the quality of the campus. You're causing them to bring cops into the situation to where the cops have to be on campus during school hours. Kids now in different cities have to go through metal detectors just to prove they don't have any weapons on them when they come on the campus. Everyone else has to get searched now. People that have graduated high school can't go back to visit their favorite teachers anymore because they closed down the campus because of people like you. Because you instigated it so much that people go and they shoot up a school because they've been bullied so much and driven them completely psychotic. And for what? For a few laughs? For amusement? Popularity? What's so cool about that? Why does being evil get you social recognition? I'll never understand that. And these poor kids have to suffer. And I really feel for them. I do. I feel for them. These poor children have to suffer horrendous daily torture, and the teachers don't realize it. Because they're too afraid that if they tell people that you're picking on them, that it won't solve anything. It'll just make them want to do it more. Because they're getting attention. Basically, y'all are like a little tiny flea. Constantly jumping around for someone to bite. And when you get that bite, you feed off of it. You feed off of the attention it brings you. Because you don't get enough of it at home, so you basically do whatever you can to get attention from people. Well, I'm going to start a petition to just basically make it completely illegal for y'all to do this. Because this is ridiculous. These poor children shouldn't have to get these flashcards and say these dark, depressing things on YouTube. Because they have no one else to turn to. Y'all are going to end up in juvie by the time I'm done. I'm going to make sure it goes all the way up to Congress and is passed. I don't care how many years it's going to take me, but it's going to be permanent. This stops. This is bullshit. Have a nice day.